Hello, hello, and welcome. We are on day 24 of our 40 days of sacred clearing for women over 40. And it's me, Allison Rozelle, also known as Coach Roz. I know I look crazy. I'm just trying something different. Pull my hair back into a ponytail. I mean, one day I'm going to have to talk to you all about my adventures in growing my locks. But I can't believe how long they've gotten. So I'm really proud of myself for sticking with it. So I wanted to pull my hair back, and I've not really done that in a while, and I kind of like the look. It's kind of nice. Okay, so enough about me. Let's talk about our day 24. So yesterday we talked about feng shui, and we talked about how it's pretty much finding your balance in the space of your home, because we can't talk about sacred clearing without doing some clearing, right? All right. So today I wanted to kind of talk about creating your sacred space or altar or shrine, whatever you want to call it. We talked a little bit about this when I made the video and talked about filling your empty nest with love. But I wanted to kind of go back to that because I feel it's really important for you to really create your own sacred space. So, just want to tell you what the sacred space should have. Well, first, let's back up. So a sacred space is also known as an altar, also known as a shrine. And this is basically your space that you have dedicated that's in your home, where you go to pray, go to have meditation, or just when you just need a moment to connect with spirit, to connect with God, you go in that sacred place, and this is a holy space, and you treat it as such, right? So in this space, you want to have, first and foremost, you want to have candles. You don't have to have a lot. And by the way, your sacred space does not have to be huge. You could do like a simple, like you can find like those little small round top tables. You can have it on, some people have it on like a section of like the table, like this close to their wall, or like over near their dining room, or it doesn't have to be huge. I mean, if you want it huge, make it huge, but it doesn't have to be a big space. Okay, so just a nice little table. It could be like a little end table. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. You could put on a nice little end table, however you can manage it, right? But that is your sacred space. Excuse me. So you want candles. Now, you don't want scented candles. What you want are prayer candles, or just, little small candles. But it's really nice to have like the 7-day prayer candles, particularly white. This is mine. I took out of my sacred space just so I could show you. I had posted a picture not too long ago of my mini sacred space, and I'll post it again to kind of give you an idea of what it's supposed to look like. Now, so you want to have your candle, and then the next thing you want to have, and I learned this a lot from reading Tapping the Power Within, from Iyanla Vanzant, because she practices a lot of Yoruba rituals, and I tend to lean a little more towards some of the Yoruba rituals and beliefs. I don't know why. That could be, maybe when I do my DNA test, I'll find out that, hey, we were, of the Yoruba people. That would be awesome. Because I just, for some reason, feel the connection to Yoruba. But in that, you have water. Like, it doesn't have to be like a big pitcher of water. You can have like a little small glass. And Yoruba's not the only people who do that, by the way. A lot of other cultures do. But you can have just like a little small glass of water. fresh water. Okay, so you put fresh water there daily. You can have a single cup or you can have 3. Some people do 3 for the Trinity. That's up to you. So you want to have your candles, your water. You want to have your what you can have for your burnt offerings of either incense or sage. You can also use any other smudging plants, but usually most people just use either incense or sage. Excuse me. So you can use that and have that on your sacred space. You also want to have pictures and other trinkets and belongings of your ancestors. So you want to have things like if you have your grandma, you have her wedding ring, or if you have your grandfather's handkerchiefs, or, you know, your mom or dad's belongings. Like for me, I have my dad's miniature degree, like a little small, like a pocket degree that shows when he graduated from college. And I have that and I keep that because that was one of the contents in his wallet before he passed. So I have it as for him, and then I have pictures as well. But as I stated before, I'm going to redo my sacred space because there's a lot of stuff there that I kind of want to change to make it more conducive to my own growth and evolution. So you can put your loved ones' things there. Doesn't necessarily have to be people who've passed into the ancestor realm. It doesn't even have to be your bloodline ancestors. It could be something from, because we're all ancestors, right? So it could be, you know, if you have like a printed out speech from Martin Luther King that you admire, or, you know, some other person that you admire. Like you could have a book on there from like William Baldwin, you know, or whatever, but whomever, you know, that you consider an ancestor to you, a loved one to you, have their things on your sacred space. Another item that you may want to have are religious items. I'm looking down at my notes because I was like, I don't want to forget anything. And I say religious. I don't usually like to say the word religious, but it just religious items. So you want to have your maybe your whatever your holy scripture is, whether it's the Bible or the Quran or the Torah or any other holy scripture that you read. Because remember, this is a sacred space where you go and this is where you pray, this is where you meditate, so on and so forth, and where you have that time, whether it's in the morning, the afternoon, or in the evening with God. You can also have prayer beads. You can have a prayer cloth. Some cultures use prayer cloth. Like I said, you have prayer beads. But those are the things that you want to have. So the point of this, because it is a sacred clearing 40 days, this is also sacred space that gives you the ability to go and pray, to be able to, you know, do your rituals of like smudging and prayer and clearing and cleansing and everything that you need to get yourself focused for that day, or to bring yourself like more centered for the day, from the day, right? I like to go, you know, before I go to bed, I like to do my prayer ritual. I'll light my candle, you know, I will, you know, write down my, you know, intentions, and I will pray over those things. And I will pray for, you know, my loved ones, and, you know, someone that I meet, they may say, pray for me, and I'll pray for them, you know, because I believe in prayer. But this is just to have for you your sacred space in your home, because again, we are making space for all things new. And if you've never had a sacred space before, then I invite you to go ahead and have one, because it's a good thing to have. It's a wonderful thing to have. It changes the whole feel of your home by having one. One more thing and I will close. I remember my mother was coming in to the house and I had my prayer candle burning along with a scented candle. And the feeling that she got when she walked in, she was like, wow, it just feels really just soothing and calm in here. And I just feel like totally different coming in here and it feels good. So yeah, it really does help your space. So that's all I got. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it, all right? And don't forget, you can always get caught up on the 40 days during our pre-launch sessions of the Starting Over, excuse me, After 40 or At 40 podcast that I am launching at the end of the month. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye for now.